They say history turns on battles, revolutions, great speeches carved into stone. But sometimes it turns on a single phone call, a voice at the other end of the line, words that were never meant to echo beyond that moment, yet somehow they toppled a dictatorship. The year was the late 1980s. For decades, this country had lived under the shadow of a man who called himself indispensable. His face was everywhere, on the money, on the walls, on the nightly news. The regime controlled the streets, the newspapers, even the silence of living rooms. People whispered, because even whispers felt dangerous. And yet, dictatorships have a weakness, not always in armies or protests or foreign pressure, but in something far more fragile: trust. Behind the facade of strength, the generals and ministers often live in constant fear. Fear of each other, fear of being the last to know when the tide turns. On one ordinary evening, a phone rang in a minister's home. The message was brief, almost casual. "It's over. The president is leaving." In that moment, doubt began to spread faster than loyalty. Was it true? Who had already switched sides? Who still believed? The dictatorship, which had lasted for decades, began to collapse, not with an explosion, but with a ripple of uncertainty carried by telephones. Later, historians would debate, was the call real? Was it rumor? Or was it just the excuse everyone had been waiting for? The truth is blurry. But what's undeniable is what followed. Soldiers laid down arms, officials resigned, the once fearsome ruler fled into exile. Think about that. A regime built on fear and violence could not survive a few words traveling across a wire. Power, it turns out, is only as strong as the belief that sustains it. And maybe that's the lesson hidden in this story. Dictators fall not only because people fight them, but because one day enough people stop believing. And sometimes all it takes is a phone call to remind them.